Well, you know, it's like when you think about a cake. What makes a cake successful? When the cake is really a piece of art, is that when all the ingredients plus your talent to make that cake were all in the same level. That means it was all perfect. You have moments like this in life where everything works perfectly. And for a film, I would say, even if you can't say a film is a chocolate cake, but a film is also a work of art, no? And when everything is fine, let's say you have a good story, you have wonderful actors, you have a very good camera. When all those elements are together and everything plays together, then you have a film that is successful. The public perception is very hard to define. That's in our ingredient of the cake, the little thing we don't know what we have to put in the cake. We don't know in advance, really, the public taste. That's why Wednesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we know if the film is going to stay or it's going to disappear. Because the first, you know, performance you have of the film in the cinema, is there anybody there? Or do you have, I don't know, few people? Or do you have an amount that you can say, okay? Because in order to make a film also successful, you need, aside that the film has to be good, aside that this film is going to please, at the end of the day, it's the public. That's why I think one, for me, most important prizes in a festival is the public prize. Yeah, you know, they decide. And that's why you have a lot of buyers here that they say, no, I don't want to go into a private screening just for buyers. I want to go to a public screening because I want to feel and see the reaction of the public. You can make very expensive television spots, ads, flyers, publicity. One thing you can't make is force the people to go and see that film. That is a mystery. Let's say if I would go and see the film because the marketing was so good and I became curious about the film, then I go, then I buy a ticket, then I go and see the film, and then I'm very disappointed. So that, I think, can work negatively on the film, because you say, I was trapped. They were selling me something that was not there. You have a very recent example, The Tourist. The Tourist was a budget of $100 million, then a huge budget of publicity. The filmmaker giving interviews from morning to night on all the newspaper, all the television channels. What happened? The public was so disappointed, they killed the film, you know, because they felt cheated. For me, a film that is successful, let's say, The King's Speech and Black Swan are like locomotives, you know? It's, you know, that means that the cinema industry is alive, it's working, people are going back to the cinema to see those films, and of course, it's like when you go to a restaurant, you know, and you order something very tasty, and in French you say l'appétit vient en mangeant, appetite comes when you eat. So it's very good for everyone, for people who make small films, big films, medium films, that they work, that people talk about cinema. Because when you have successes now, like King's Speech, Black Swan, people talk. That's why I mean, alive means we exist, we are not dead. I always say, look, we do have over 700 films here. We do have over 1,000 screenings here in 6 days. I always say it's better. I don't complain about that situation, but I am aware that also there are too many films made. In today's world, where there is so many films made because of all those subventions and media programs and all that, one has to be careful in not making too many miss-successes, as you call it, because that creates a bad image for cinema afterwards.